and like no memories and such like recipe or stuff like that, but always grown to be like to know more. I was always intrigued at how it happens, and especially with all our maids at home, I think they know so much, like what even
Yeah.
I didn't. Before I left for the States, for me, my staple was lentils and rice. Like I knew I couldn't live without it, so I had to learn. Whether it was my dal, chawal, bhindi, sabzi, roti, all of that. So I think I took a nice 3 or 4 months sitting with my maid at home just to know how to cook. Like they always say andaze se dalo, and
Yeah.
we always follow a recipe. So I think that helped me a lot, like to understand that itna garam masala dalna. I was like, Didi, itna kya hota hai? I don't know what is itna. Like being aak se hota hai, you have to keep tasting your food. And Indian flavors being so complex, it's it's hard for anyone to understand at the first go. So it definitely took me practice, being away, learning. Like I think my first speed dial call was my mates. Like Didi. I took international calling only so I can get in touch with them. That ye kaise bana? Because sometimes my mom would be like, don't know me, Sarah. Call up daddy, call up nanny. I think those were my first people I would call up because being a grandkid, it's like, मैं बोल देती हूँ, my little babies and all those things. So
Yeah.
it's always an upper hand of being like, you're a complete butter with your grandparents. Like, it's fine. You call me how many times I'll answer and I'll tell you what to do. So no recipes and such, but whenever I needed help, it's always been my family. And please, all these maids, all of us, like all BBs in the kitchen, they know the do's and don'ts of being in the kitchen. Even I'm yet figuring out. Like I get stand on top of my maid and be like, "Kaise bana?" And she'd be like, "Didi, tum itna karte ho, par ye nahi aata." Like, yeah, I get that a lot. But that's my version of having a memory or recipe with cooking.
Because a lot of knowledge of Indian food is just disappearing. It's gone. Like we are now discovering that barley, that barley and which is millets is the superfood, and everyone's suddenly loving it.
The
But
trends, the
Yeah.
trends, the trends.
but
Yeah.
in the 1960s, everyone was eating millets in India because it was the most easily grown grain and it was so healthy. But then somehow government of India said we should grow a lot of rice and wheat, and then all the farmers had to do that and give up on barley and millet, so which is the same thing. So basically, there's a lot
Heritage.
of knowledge in
Yeah.
Indian food, which, and I think, I mean, I would say obviously that chefs of who are there in India should do their best to preserve this, but also other people should at least ask, like, what's the family thing? What do we have here?
Yeah, what's
That's,
your specialty? I think
what's our,
that is very important. That is very to know,
that,
like to know what
yeah.
is it, and it is like that because my mom used to be from a Jain family, like no onion,
Oh my God.
no onion, no garlic. And meeting my dad, a complete Punjabi, born in Calcutta, full malot, like a thoroughbred Punjabi family, deals with all kind of meats. So like knowing both sides of it, that's how I am always intrigued because that same aloo gobi that my nani makes is so different. It's so different from what we make at home because we probably might be using onions or garlic. But the taste sometimes is just so much more pure and different from what it is. And some of the foods you don't even understand that it's missing. So I think that was my biggest point of intrigue. Like I was so intrigued by it. I was like how do you make it? Because it's very difficult to make food taste good without onion and garlic, which are like the most like important ingredients when you're cooking Indian food. Like a ginger garlic paste is it's like it has to be in every Indian household because without that no one really cooks. So I think Sid is right. Like heritage is so important. Like ask questions. Like you need to know. Like you have to have that one kind of recipe in your family that is not. It's just different. It cannot be remade by you. But until unless you keep practicing it, it just may turn out okay. But there will yet be a little like it won't be the same because it's literally true when they say that your aloo gobi is going to be different from mine because you've made it by your own hands, and every like hand technique is different, and every level of spice that I put is going to be different from my dadi or my nanny puts. It's really hard to get it like precise, but you want the taste at the end of the day because they're going to leave behind a legacy. It's on us if you want to carry it or not.
I honestly believe that India, the way it was in the 1950s 60s when we were growing bajra everywhere, and we were also growing the Mahua plant. There's this plant called the Mahua plant, which was one of the most, it is still one of the healthiest crops grown in India, but it got tabooed in every culture from Hyderabad cuisine to Maharashtrian cuisine because it is used to make alcohol. There's this alcohol that comes as Mahua, and it's made from the Mahua plant. But it's one of the most healthiest crops, and people, like, if you go to the villages of Hyderabad, they still use it to make rotis, curries, everything, and it's so healthy. But I just feel like Indians are so easily swayed away with Western ideas. By Western ideas, I mean like your gluten free and all that, that you are not seeing what India is capable of. There are a lot of crops that have not been grown at all because it's not cool anymore. Like, and then someone had to come and say that, bro, millets is the new thing. It's a superfood.
Like turmeric, haldi.
Yeah.
Haldi's become like,
But millets was the Indian thing, and you took it away by saying that we need wheat and rice, and then suddenly millet is the coolest thing ever. Right? It's just, I think a lot of knowledge is not um, informed properly. Like the right kind of knowledge is a lot of um, wrong knowledge basically about Indian food everywhere. And I think the most purest of Indian food is actually very, very good for us. Like we are turning to a lot of like cuisine based on broccoli and avocado and all that. Your Indian food is very healthy itself.
healthiness. I agree to that. I completely agree.
Yeah, given
It's
up
like,
on,
it's exactly what you're saying. Haldi.
yeah,
Haldi is put in all kinds of Indian food,
and it's
whether
very
you want it or not, and a pinch of it is always there. Like, you know, all these things. Like, I consider Indian food the healthiest food you've ever eaten because
yeah, it's very
it's like,
good.
you know, like our maximum population in India is vegetarian. Not everyone eats meat. So, like, you know, we have grown up eating dal, chawal, sabzi, and not many people know that. Like, everyone is swayed. Like, it's hard to take that away because when people see something new, they want it. You can't take that away. Like, oh, there's one new shop. It's like us for going shopping. A new shop is open. I want to go try it. Like, you know, all those things. But it's hard to take that away. But I think everyone needs to know the essence of Indian food because Indian food is the most healthiest I've ever seen and balanced. Like, you know, level of spice, level of healthiness. Like everything is in Indian food. So I completely agree with Sid on this. Like everyone needs to understand, go back and read history. Like, you know, and I always say that schools should now literally start a subject called food because it's so important to know, if for even a child to know what they're eating. Like till I grew up, I didn't know till the 10th grade what the hell is an avocado. I'll be very honest. I was like, I didn't know what is an avocado until I got exposed to that side of the world to know there's so much plain different kind of ingredients. But we were so saturated in like, you know, you need to be aware what is good for you, what is bad for you. And you know, though the knowledge can never give you 100% answer, you have some idea about what you're putting in your body. I think that is very important. So I do agree with it. Like Indian food is pretty much going to be the best, like the most healthiest food in the entire world right